So often I get asked, what are your tips or what kind of advice you would give, to either a new manager or a seasoned manager with how to engage better with their employees or how to hold more effective meetings. And one of the things I did, and I've always done, is I've made most of the meetings, not about me, but about my staff. I hold staff meetings routinely, at least once a week, right? And every leader would get the opportunity to present, what's working well, what's not working well, what do you need me to help you with, right? And even in large organizational meetings, I'd kick it off, say a few things, and then basically I'd turn it over to my staff. And it does a couple things. It instills confidence in them. It makes the meeting about them, where it's not my meeting, it's their meeting or our meeting, right? And I think that's probably one of the most effective things you can do. One of the things I still chuckle about this is, anytime I took over a new organization, one of the first things I would do, I would schedule one-on-ones with everybody in the organization. And sometimes my new bosses would look at me like, that's going to fill up your calendar, right? You're not going to have time for any other meetings. I said, but that's my job. My job is to empower my people. And how am I going to do that if I don't get to understand them and know them? And it got some mixed reaction, even from some employees themselves. I'm like, why is the new guy scheduling meetings with me? And, once you break that barrier, once you break that, they appreciate it. In fact, I still have employees today who reach out to me. I wasn't, their direct manager. They had, sometimes one or two layers of management below them, but they appreciated it. They appreciated the opportunity to have a forum, to have a discussion, and see that the guy running the show really did care what I thought and understood what I thought. And the old adage, you want to know there's a thing called the iceberg of ignorance. And again, that's not to bash any of my staff or any of my managers, but you want to know what's going on in the organization, you need to talk to the people who are doing it. And I think that's the biggest thing lacking today, and I think that's probably the most important thing I would encourage, aspiring and even seasoned leaders to do. Do that, and I guarantee you're going to have a more effective organization. Guaranteed.